There you go. Let's get it started. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me see. In on chat. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We got Light from Dev Jam. So we about to ask them a few questions about the music business. So if you guys have any questions yourself, make sure you guys send your questions in the chat. While I'm asking them questions, I'm gonna be able to ask them some of you guys questions as well. And after I'm done with the Q&A, we're gonna go straight to the music review. I got all the songs in from everybody that's in the chat right now. So make sure you guys tap in. This is a great opportunity for you guys. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people do this. Get these A&Rs from major record labels to come and chop it up with you guys, especially in Canada. So I'm glad I was able to do that. Shout out to my guy Will Stas for even connecting the dot on that. So let's get started, man. Let the people give them a little bit of background of yourself. Let them know what you do, how you got into this music business, and what inspired you to get in this thing. You know what I mean?
For sure. So what's up, everybody? My name is Mario Lyte. I also go by name King Lyte. From Brooklyn, New York, out here representing. So pretty much right now, my position, I'm an A&R administrator at Universal Music Group, and I handle Def Jam recordings on my roster and Republic Records. So on Def Jam side, I handle anywhere from 2 Chainz, Logic, YG, Big Sean, a couple of those acts. Even new ones, as you know, YK Osiris, Danny Lay, some newer guys. On the Republic side, I represent on my roster Lil Wayne, Ski Mask, and the late Pop Smoke. So pretty much A&R admin. I'll just start from the beginning how I even got started, to be honest with you. So pretty much me growing up, always knew I wanted to do music. I just didn't know exactly what I was going to do in music. I started off as an artist writing, and then I got into like recording, mixing, and then me wanting to understand how I get a sound quality like the radio is literally what made me like dig deep. So I want to know, okay, how do I have my sound like the top quality so I can compete that what's on the radio? So that's when I started learning about mixing, mixing and mastering. So I started hanging around the guys like in the studios, pretty much doing like apprenticeships, learning. And that was probably around like 18, 19-ish, even going into a little bit of my 20s, understanding that, still writing. And then I wanted to understand, okay, this thing called copyrights, like what the hell that was, and for the US and everything. I'm not too sure how they do it in Canada, but end of the day, I do know every, hold on. That shit just messed up my whole thing. Cool. So I do know like every country has their laws on copyrights, which is the intellectual property, whether you're trademarking or your copyrights. But basically copywriting is pretty much whatever you put down, the idea that you put down to paper, whether it's lyrics or anything you record, that's your intellectual property. That's something that you own. That's your rights, and this is how you make money in the business, right? This is how record labels make money in the business. This is how publishing companies make money in the business. Hold on 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Also, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to put the questions in the chat. You know what I mean? While he's talking, I'm going to be able to ask him some of your questions as well.
Sorry about that. It was a little emergency. So yeah, these rights are the rights that's able for record labels and music publishing companies to make money in the business. And there's like almost like 14 plus different revenue streams. We're talking about from neighboring rights. We're talking about sync opportunities, which is pretty much anytime you put audio to a video, you generate income. So even downright to your YouTube, film, TV, commercials, all that. So me trying to understand like what that was and doing my research, the business kind of fell in my lap and still being creative. So I ended up going to school, Full Sail University, based out of Florida. It's an entertainment business school. You can literally it does every course in the entertainment world. half the movies you guys probably watch and music you heard, a lot of the alumni came from that school, Full Sail University, based out of Orlando, Florida. Then I got my bachelor's in recording arts, studying the mixing and mastering, doing scores for films and stuff like that, like studying that stuff. Then I got my master's in entertainment business while I was interning at Def Jam Recordings. So when I was interning, I interned in the marketing department, knocked that out, killed it, and then I transferred over into like full time. And from there, I was doing that for like about 2.5 years. I worked on at that time Jadakiss, Top 5 Dead or Alive, 2 Chainz, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, and that's when he had the Pink House in Atlanta. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
That was like one of the big efforts that we did with Spotify. Worked on Big Sean, I Decided at the time, YG again. Even you had August Alsina, if you guys remember. And there was also an artist that came from Canada, I believe. What was it? Something with a J at the time. It was right before Pyrex. It was, what was his name? Forgot. But we had he was there probably with us probably for like a year and a half and everything. So we was doing marketing campaigns, and in that process, I'll take a little step back. While I was interning, what I was doing in order to secure my spot there, because there was other interns there. What I did was I came in on time. And mind you, at this time I was working like 2 jobs, like doing security. So I was doing that, like I had a nighttime shift. Then in the morning, I'll go and do my internship, having to be there at 10 o'clock, but I'll get there at 9 o'clock. Make sure I get all my work done, and I'll leave late just to go back to work at night. So I probably had like an hour and a half of sleep per day, you know, and the weekends I was working like 16-hour shifts. So I only had like 8 hours of sleep in between from Saturday to Sunday. So I did that like pretty much like half a year, you know, 6 months. And in that process, what I was doing is every time, like for instance, like I would get like the printer it'll print out work, right? But with the printer specifically, they'll have a cover page with the person's name. So I'll take the cover page from the person's name, right? I'll take it, and then I would go to that person. I'm not going to do like, hey, do you need this? Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Here's your stuff, right? So I'll put a face to a name. So I'll do all my duties for that department, like the marketing department I was in, and then I'll help out other departments. So if my boss didn't need me at the time, I branched off, started working with other people. Networking, that's like one of the key things you gotta do. Don't care what you do in this life. I don't care. It doesn't even have to be the entertainment world. Let's just say you was doing, I don't know, you was another field, like you was doing, I don't know, like the postal service or whatever. Networking is the way to go, because that's how you're gonna level up, to understand the game, see what's going on, you know the ins and outs of everything. So me doing that, even after my internship, when I was looking for a job, I'll still go during the summertime to help them out still. And whether they paid me or not, it didn't matter. The payment for me was secure my relationship and letting them know I wanted to be here. Like I want to do this, So did that. And then, like I said, I was doing marketing for 2.5 years. And then I decided to switch over to A&R admin. So A&R admin, then what that means, A&R administration, pretty much I work hand in hand with the A&Rs, with the artists, right? Management and attorneys. So what we do is I manage their budget. So let's say an artist gets signed, right? $500,000, $100,000 went in their pocket. That's your advance. And the other 4, you use that to make the album or whatever the deal dictates. It could be an EP, mixtape, and album, whatever. So we'll break that down anywhere from paying producers, paying side artists, the unions, if you have anybody doing like musicianships, like, somebody playing a violin or something, or vocalists, studios, engineers, obviously, like I said, the producers, the production fees, travel, and any miscellaneous stuff, mixing and mastering, right? I manage your budget. I'm pretty much the accountant on that side. It's a twofold job. It's business affairs mixed with financials, right? So making sure you're on budget. And if you're about to go over budget, I'll let you know, like, hey, we're about to like be out of money from the recording line. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to take money from your sample line or whatever? Or do we need to ask for money overall? So that's the conversations I have daily, right? Then on the business administration side of it, that's all the legal stuff. So making sure we have the contracts and make sure the deal terms are correct. Before I could pay out any producers, I need to make sure the deals are pretty much on the up and up. So if the deals are good, it's like, okay, cool. I could finish out and pay the artist. I'll pay the producer. And even if there's money left over, I could pay the artist as long as everything is good. We need to make sure we have the assets, like from the producers. That's the main thing. Sound quality, I'm telling you, like quality over quantity. That you have to be up to par. And also, if you don't have your assets, you can end up missing out on money. There's multiple situations. I'll give you a prime example. I won't name the artist's name, but one examples I've dealt with recently, like at least 3 times in the past couple of months, was we had a big record, dope, fire, it's doing numbers. There's a movie opportunity for it. We couldn't close the deal on that. Why? They didn't have the assets. The producer didn't want to turn over the files. Like, yeah, having the final file of the master file, which is a 2-track, if you guys know what that is, it's one thing. But when you break that down, you need the movie track files, you need the instrumental, the acapella, because these people, when they're mixing for the movies or whatever, they may need to switch something over. They may need to edit things just to make it fit right. So not having that, you end up losing money. And we're talking about thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on what movie budget you're dealing with. So that's pretty much what I do to sum that up, that part of it. And it's fun because you get to learn a lot, like how their structures are made. Even if becoming an A&R, if somebody wanted to become an A&R, what happens is if you know how to make a budget, how to, when you sign an artist, you know how to manage expectations. You know how to put a project together, not burn the money. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, when you guys sign deals and everything, you don't need your homies to find out with you. Why are you spending $20,000 or $30,000 on your recording budget that you have to pay back? Not anybody else. You got to pay back. So then when you're in a deficit, you're like, oh, what's going on? Like, I don't know what happened. It's like, it's not a free for all. You got to protect your money. And this is why positions like me, this is what I do. I'll let you know like what the costs are. Sometimes you got to put some blocks like, hey, does this person have anything to do with your project? Yes or no? No. I wouldn't suggest you bring that person. Like, no, he cannot come. That's going to be denied. The whole point is to get the best product ever that you can do within this budget. And if we need to go get some more money, then let's do that if it makes sense. Like, let's just say Little Wayne's asking for $150,000 and that's surpassed the budget. Then fine, we're gonna ask the label, can we get more money for that? Because we believe that record is going to do so much well that 150,000 is just an investment, and we'll make that back 10 times over. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And then whatever questions I have, I'll dig in.
Yeah. So how long you say you've been working with Def Jam for?
I would say collectively, including my internship, I'm hitting like my 6th year.
6 years. So you worked when Jay-Z was the president?
No. We're talking about like 2015. Like Jay-Z's like way before that, like a couple years back. We're talking about when Steve Bartles was there.
Okay, Steve Bartles right now.
So I was there with Steve Bartles, Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we have the new interim one, Jeff Halston, who is like the general counsel. He's like the top dog, runs All Legal and Universal Global, and he's doing the interim for Def Jam.
Okay, so from you working with a major, right? How much would you say it costs to really like break an artist? Because the artists will always want to know.
It ranges. I'm not gonna lie, it ranges. So I could tell you about this on the marketing side, right? This is the beauty of everything because I see both sides. So it's a full circle, right? And I've seen both sides. Honestly, you can be spending all the way up until like $500,000-$600,000, just to get a foot stamp. Because remember, you're competing with everybody else.
Yeah.
Just to be relevant. And I'm just talking about just on the marketing side. And marketing, I'm including like, press, stuff like that. Like over time, let's just say, and this could be over time and this could be in one shot, depending on the label. And once again, depending on your budget and depending on who you are, right? So you do have instances where you have lucky breaks, right? Where all of a sudden now with this TikTok generation, it could just take off.
Yeah.
So you're not even spending any money right now up front.
Yeah.
Right. But typically it can go all the way from 100,000 all the way up into the millions. It all depends on who that artist is. You're talking about also you're also talking about pretty much the genre too.
Yeah.
Because hip hop, you don't necessarily need to spend that much, because if the song is hot and it takes over, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's gonna move. So at that time, you just amplifying the fire.
Yeah.
So on just the marketing side, let's say you can heat it up within like 100, 200,000, on certain parts. But then on the recording side, remember, that's a whole nother budget right there by itself. So you still got to put together a whole project. So if you want to take that plus the marketing, then that's where you'll probably hit your 800,000 to $1 million number.
Oh, so you're looking at a close to $1 million.
Yeah,
You
pretty
like
much. Yeah.
Okay, okay, dope, dope, dope. So if any of you guys have questions, since you guys have your videos up, just raise your hand, and I'm gonna ask you to unmute your mic so you could ask your questions, because this is a perfect time to get the insight on how major record labels work. You know what I mean? So you can have, so you know what you're going for. So another question I was on to ask you for, like right now, since it's like we living in this digital age where artists are kind of like able to put out songs on their own and kind of like control their marketing as well with the TikTok. Is it worth going to sign for a label right now, or is it worth to stay independent and do their own thing?
All right. So that's a loaded question,
Yeah,
right? So because I also have an independent label,
yeah,
right? That I'm managing artists and I'm working everything, right? It's loaded because it all depends. Some artists, it would not benefit them signing to a major. They might as well stay independent. And then the reverse, like some artists, you need to be signed to a major to get to certain things. Like if you try to hit superstar status, like when you're trying to be on the radio, if that's your goal, you have to sign to a label, because the radios, they're not taking anybody. Like those top 10 spots that you're fighting,
yeah,
unless you got $200,000 to $300,000 that you're paying for radio by yourself, you have to be at a label. Those are relationships. They're fighting for spots all the time. If you have a radio team, like that's what you really need the labels for in regards to that. Because there's a lot of people out here, a lot of independents that's making money, putting out their own stuff. So it's a twofold. It all depends. On the major side, I would say if you're doing like more like a pop, even hip hop, when you start crossing over, that you feel like you need more resources,
yeah,
right? Because not for nothing, the independent lane, that's like about $2 to $3 billion
yeah,
in the music biz
yeah,
alone.
yeah,
So it ranges. It depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to own your own, like your masters and all this other stuff that's being thrown out a lot. If you're trying to own something, the major route is not the way for you, because they're not giving you anything for nothing. Like, how does it look that I'm gonna give you $500,000 or $1 million? Let's just say that's like the magic number, right? Give you $1 million and then you want your masters. Like, how do I make money off of that? That doesn't make sense. So you gotta be realistic. So it's loaded. It depends. Like some cases, like I feel artists don't need to be in a major, right? They'll benefit with doing on the independent route, because then also depends on who's working you. There's a time, like sometimes marketing and on the majors, they could be out of touch with what's going on. Where a boutique label is in the market, they're there, they're touching ground, grassroots marketing, they're right there with the people, and
yeah,
it'll work.
yeah,
So the majors, you look at that more as like a candy, like cherry on the top type situation. And then, hey, when you come to a point that you're building up viability and your level, then you can go to a major, right? And at this point, now you're talking about, let's do a profit split. I want to own my masters. Let's do distribution. But in order to get those type of deals, either the person behind you has to be like pretty much known in the industry, like a power mogul, or you just have to be popping so bad, like doing so well, that they're going to give that to you. Other than that, if you're upcoming artist, literally keywords, upcoming artist, development artist, you're not getting those type of deals. So the whole thing about I want to own my masters, if that's the case,
be independent.
be independent. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just know what you're doing. Be realistic when you're having conversations.
Yeah, okay, dope. So right now in this era, right, I feel like it's like a single era where people just dropping singles. It's not really like a albums anymore, right? Do you feel like labels are mostly doing single deals and or album deals? What should artists go for? Should they go dropping albums, or just should they trying to like work a single all the way?
I don't feel so. I don't feel a lot of labels are doing the single deals.
Yeah.
What they'll probably be doing is like a single and attachment if a song is moving, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
But not I'll speak for Def Jam anyway. From what I see at Def Jam, you don't have too many single deals.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, people are dropping singles left and right because of the whole consumption. But there's this thing like, oh, you drop an album, nobody's gonna listen to the album.
Yeah.
You know, which that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't say that. Like, let's say, for instance, right? You know, Pop Smoke, he dropped this project, right? Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. And there was some songs that was popping out from the album cut that wasn't necessarily singles.
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere, right? So when you consume it, you're like, oh, no, this is hot. So some songs they start peeking, raising their hand, like, hey, I'm the winner. Like Mood Swings. I said that was like Mood Swings. I wasn't really thinking that would be a single, but that took off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're probably thinking more like, oh, the Little Baby and the Baby, that song should lead out. Obviously, the 50 Cent song, Roddy Rich. But then when you see Mood Swings, like you think that's more of an album cut, it just start taking off by itself, growing legs. You know. So yeah, I think it's a mixture. Like what I do think people need to be doing is keep dropping music, right? Keep dropping those singles till you build up that base that wants that project. Because here's the thing, the DSPs, they reward the artists for providing more content. The more content you put in, the more songs you put in, one, you're building your audience. You have to define who your audience is. So that's why it's important to have Spotify for artists, Apple for artists, Amazon for artists. Know, your YouTube for artists, know your data points. Because if you're only putting out like one song and then 5 months later you drop the project, that's the old school method. Like you gotta keep up. Like people are dropping these DSPs, they're releasing songs, 60 to 70,000 songs per day. How do you compete with that? You can't just drop one song. And if you do drop one song, what's the plan after that? Your marketing better be on point. Your digital marketing better be on point to survive that. So it makes sense to then, okay, now I'm gonna drop a project. But I think you should be dropping singles left and right until you get a substantial fan base, a substantial, recognition. Like your listeners are up, your streams are up. Then bless your fan base with the project.
Okay, sounds good. I like to do this for the artists. I'm not an artist myself, so I want the artists to ask any questions. If you guys have any questions, raise your hands, and I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself so you can ask the question. Anybody has any questions? All right, let me unmute him right here. I actually to unmute, so ask your question. There you go.
Yeah, I had a question about producer deals. What type of deals do you usually see for producers?
I don't see too much producer deals, right? Like as in at the label signing producers. If that happens, that's more so like you better be charting on those billboards in order to have that, or you have your own label, But usually the producer deals I have seen, literally they're all like people who's pretty much in the game, who's been in the game, who's been making noise. It's pretty much like a song deal. They do like more so like song deals. Like, okay, if I'm about to spend about $15,000 or $20,000 on you, right? Or if it's like $5,000 or $6,000 per track, sometimes they'll engage with the producer to do a song deal for that particular artist. And if that producer's getting a little hot, then they'll probably do one overall. So they'll probably say, I don't know, 15 songs, for like $150,000 or $200,000, right? You get like maybe it's like 75% up front, and the rest every time somebody takes your production in that label system, and you get the balance, per song. But in regards to which I think you're asking more so is like signing to a label as a producer and doing all that. Yeah, with those situations, you just have to have it's just like an artist. A producer is treated as an artist. Your name got to be out there. You got to be landing your placements for them to even entertain that conversation.
Wow. Okay. All right. So let's take a couple more questions. Raise your hands. If you don't want to show yourself on camera, raise your hands up there as well, or even send the questions in the chat. Anybody else has questions? All right. This guy has a question. All right. I just asked you on mute. There you go. Ask your question.
Yeah, but I was wondering, like, if I was to go drop a project, right, what is like some surefire things that like you have to make sure that you do before you even think about going about dropping that shit? Like, I know you mentioned a couple things, but I mean, like, and like on the marketing side, like, you know, you want it to be a hit, you know what I mean? You want people to actually hear it, you know, you want to get the clicks. But like, I don't know. I'm looking for some hidden keys, like,
I got
like
you right now.
avenues to go down, you know what I'm saying?
I got you right now. Okay, so one of the things to do, right? I'll give you a few things actually. So you want to make sure you have assets. So what I mean by assets, I'm talking about, you know, those little banners that you put on YouTube, on Spotify. You want to have everything uniform, right? So people know like, oh, it's a thing, you know, SoundCloud, the Audio Mac. So let's say you have all that done, right? If you could have access to press with the blogs, because when you drop it, right, you want to be able to, let's say you have a video. If you're able to have a video ready to go, ideally for me, I'll tell you, I would like to have a video, the single drop at the same time, right? Before the project drops, right? Leading up, maybe like, maybe 2 or 3 singles, depending on how heavy you're going to hit within a 3 to 6 month period. And the keys right here is advertising. So there's Spotify ads, audio ads, right? You can do audio and visual. There's the YouTube. So when you drop a video, right, you run ads on that. That's how you get your views up. And I just even drop a secret on that. When you're doing those views, right, it's called a True View program. When you're doing those Google views, you put in skippable streams, in streams, right? So basically, you know, when you're watching a video and you see a video popping up and then all of a sudden another video comes in between, that's an ad. And that will count as a view as long as the person is sitting there like for 30 seconds, like watching it. The beauty of that is if somebody actually likes it, they click on it. They'll watch the whole thing. They'll like, they'll subscribe, they'll comment. And then you don't even have to even worry about just it being Canada. You can hit everywhere. You get the US, you can hit overseas, right? You do the same thing for Facebook, Instagram. If you want to use Twitter, if you want to use the regular Google placements that you see in the search bar, right? Even Hulu, if you're familiar with the Hulu app, you can advertise in there. TikTok, advertising is key because everybody is buying these ad spaces. Everybody's fighting for the space, right? And then you don't have to even spend that much. You don't, especially not in one shot. You can build over time. So you could literally, let's say if you have $1,000 only, right? You can spread that out. You could do a lot of damage on YouTube views for $500. You know, I could get you 100, little over 100,000 views on one YouTube video for $500, right? Then Facebook, you know, the way you do that is you're gonna want Facebook and Instagram. You're gonna want to make sure that you actually are targeting your audience. So if you don't have an audience, you're gonna have to hit wide to figure out who your audience is. If you do have an audience, you make sure you tap into them. I'm talking about from your demographic, from the age, male or female, and location. The ones that show you most love, inject that, slam them with ads. Make it so popular in that side that the person there at that country or that city want to book you because they see you so much. And then have everything rise at the same, everything ride out at the same time, and always keep pushing into your ads. And don't just run an ad for a day or two. Doesn't make sense. At least give your ads like a 3-month span, you know, because the longer the ad stands there, the more it's going to pick up and learn what's going on, and you have to scale it. So if something doesn't make sense, if like, okay, let's just say the age group of, I don't know, 34 to 44 is low. They're not really checking for you. All right, cool. Pause that section, stop that section, because now it's just taking money from you, and only focus on the ones that's actually giving you the love. So that's what you can do on the marketing tip. Like you're going to be guaranteed a lot of like plays. You're going to be guaranteed that. And if the music is good, it's going to speak for itself. And just so to note, on your ads, you're probably going to get only like 1 to 10%. So let's just say you have like a, you know, like 100,000, you know, you just do the math from that. Like 1 to 10% of those people is going to actually engage with your stuff. So you just got to keep learning like what makes it, like what hits, what doesn't. It's going to be a learning process. But I kid you not, once you roll out with that, especially with a single, you're going to be fine. Because then you have the whole project itself. Now you have data, and you know who to market your project to. And you'll get fans. And every platform, use every platform's tools and what they provide. Twitter has their advertising. Facebook has their advertising. Instagram has their advertising. I prefer to go to the Facebook business platform, so you can hit Facebook and Instagram at the same time. So test that out for sure.
All right, so there's some questions coming in the chat right now, so I don't want to ignore anyone's questions. I'm gonna try to get everybody's questions. Somebody said, $500 to expose your music to 100,000 people. Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. So basically, it's all about targeting. It's all about targeting, and it all depends on the country. So certain countries, for instance, I'll tell you this: the U.S., Canada, UK, Australia, Germany, they're expensive when you're targeting those countries, right? They're called premium countries, right? But I could hit Brazil, and probably I'll hit Brazil and Mexico and be able to get you all those numbers, right? You're probably paying like on a point like a penny. But a lot of people don't like to hit those countries. But I'm like, why not? They enjoy music just as anybody else. In fact, those countries, they're going to be the ones that's probably going to be commented and giving you love more than any of these other countries. Like, I'm one person that I'll watch a video on YouTube, but I'm not going to subscribe to it. I'm not going to comment on it. You know, how many people in this chat, how many people do that in this chat? Like, who does that? You know, a lot of people, they don't. They just watch the video and keep it pushing. Yeah. And I'll go and I'll watch Drake and I'm like, oh, this is dope. I'm not subscribing though. I'm like, this is cool. I'm gonna keep pushing. There's a million one like me. There's a million one, you know? So that's how you can do it. You're targeting.
Okay, dope. Thank you very much for that information. Let me ask you a few more questions. Somebody said, if you sign to a major, do they own only that music you've made in the time period of being with them?
It depends. Depends what the deal is. You have to kind of like literally spell that out, because some deals they can say literally from the music you did from the past up until now.
Wow. You
know, so you would have to put it in there, just this music moving forward. Anything else outside of that is not theirs. So you kind of have to do like a clause, you know, a cutout.
Okay.
Get an entertainment attorney. Don't get a real estate attorney or entertainment. Make sure you get an entertainment attorney that knows what they're doing.
Okay, dope. So since we're in Canada right now, you guys are in the States. So what it's like signing? I know you guys, like you said, you signed Pyrex from Rexdale. You work with a few other artists. So how is it for American label signing a Canadian label? What's the transaction? What do they need the documents to get that done?
Document wise, it's pretty much easy. It's just like with anything else. Like if you're talking about in regards to like actually putting them in the system, that's nothing but like tax stuff, like W-8s, W-9s. But if you're talking about more so on the creative side of things, literally it's not an issue, you know. It's not an issue at all. So obtaining like this, you know, you have A&Rs out there. You have a Universal Canada, you know, Music Group Canada. So you'll probably have situations where like we do pullovers, you know. So let's just say a Canadian A&R sign you guys, and then to like the Def Jam out there or whatever, right? And then they want to do some stuff in the States, then we can do a pullover and also do a deal on this side of things, just for the US side, you know, and the rest of the world. You know, you can do that as well. So all that stuff is all legal shit.
What about, do they need like a working papers immigration wise? Do they need like a
unless you want to live here in the US, but nah. Unless you're trying to live, if you're trying to live in the US, then that's the only time all that stuff is going to be affected. But if you're not, and you're just like, yo, no, I'm here in Canada, you're good.
Yeah, because I found a lot of artists from Canada. They want to leave Canada. They don't want to leave it.
Well, yeah, if you want to leave Canada, that's when that the working visas and all that other stuff. Just like any other situation, when you get a job or you have anything, you know, you gotta go through that proper legal situation.
Okay, so signing to a label is kind of like you sign. It's like a job. You get a job with them, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much more so or less. Yeah. I mean, if I was you, what I would do is I'll definitely, if I'm trying to get work or if I'm trying to move in the US, and obviously the label is going to help with that stuff. They're going to connect you with whoever they need to connect on that legal side of things. That's all legal shit, you know. And then we have people who handle that stuff in particular.
Yeah. All right. So next question came in and said, do you recommend getting a PR to help with exposure, or keep working and have them reach out?
Ooh, I love this question. So, I definitely got burned by some PR, some of my artists. Um, this is like another loaded one. I would say basically keep pushing until they reach out to you. You know, now if you network, it's also a network that comes into play, right? If you know somebody, another artist that they're actually moving, you see things are moving, you hit that artist, yo, who's your PR person? You know, like connecting with them. That's what I'll say. That's the only time. But you gotta be careful with PR because here's the thing: for public relations, right? You could easily be paying 500 a month, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, right? For 3 months and not see anything because their whole thing they building a story. So if you can understand that and you're okay with that of spending the money and not seeing something happen right then and there, I'll say go do it. But also do your research on that publicist. Make sure that their resume stacks up and they are who they say they are. They have the connections that they do. Because any good publicist, they're gonna tell you like it's gonna give me a couple months, you know, because they gotta build that story. They have to work you. Facts. But I would say before you even touch in PR, work on yourself. Whatever money you're gonna spend in PR, you could spend on advertising. You could spend on the quality of your music. You could spend on the videos.
Okay. So I'm gonna take 2 more questions before I go into the music review. So if anybody else has any questions, raise your hands because I do this for you guys. So put your hands up so I can unmute you guys. Anybody got a question? All right, this guy has a question. All right, I'm gonna get Iron Love, then I'm gonna get Professor after. All right. Go ahead, ask your question. Unmute. Yeah, go.
Okay. All right. I appreciate this very much. First of all, thank you. My question is, if we were versus independent versus a record label, if I'm going towards the record label route, and we're talking about assets and owning your masters, stuff like that. Once I say I signed with Def Jam, for example, do you guys own my voice? Like or would I still be able to branch out? Because I do want to get into voice acting and like Audible and things like that. Would I still be able to do things like that aside from the music during a time that I'm signed to a contract? You know? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
No problem. That's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up because it's like it depends on your deal, right? So a lot of deals, there's still 360s going on, but it's not as bad as it was before. So meaning like instead of you giving up like about, I don't know, like 50% of something, you're probably giving up like, 5%, 7%, the thing about it is, do you want that? If you're okay with that, because you have a bigger picture, can they land you in these different positions? So if you're okay giving a little percentage of that, then it's like, yeah, they'll definitely own that, but it won't be anything crazy as like, oh, I need like 75% of your voice acting skills. That'll probably be more like 7%. And then once again, attorney, get the best attorneys. And then you can literally either export that whole thing. It's called entertainment monies. Anything else outside of music, right? You can either X that whole thing completely, or if it's a done deal, if Def Jam, let's say for instance, says, I'm not moving forward because I want all this other stuff. So we gotta figure that out. And then, sometimes the best deal is the deal you can walk away from. Or if he's like, you know what? I see a bigger picture than this. I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna come back and renegotiate. That's the other thing too. Your first contract don't have to be the say or be all. Like if you're doing platinum, you're hitting boom, 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 left and right. That's great. That's Gucci, right? Then when it's time to pick up your second album, now you can like, you know what? I did all these numbers. We're gonna need to talk about this. Or I'm not dropping another project. So definitely get the attorney and yeah. Appreciate your question. That was great.
A great question. I got one more question before we go into the music review for Professor. Professor, unmute your mic. There you go.
Yeah, just wanted to know from your experience, what's the label's targeted audience, like demographically and geographically?
I mean, are you asking in regards to Def Jam? Because it varies per artist. Oh, you cut out.
Let's say for like hip hop artists like myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, your demographic would be urban.
Urban, like, okay, so like age-wise and location-wise, country-wise, city-wise, like where do you guys target exactly? I know you guys do a lot of advertising, stuff like that, but like where exactly and who do you target exactly?
So in regards to that, like I said, all depends on the artist, right? There's not one answer because, for instance, let's just say I don't know, let's just use Def Jam, right? Sign you, right? You're from Canada, right? I'm gonna target your neighborhood. I'm gonna target your area. You know, I'm gonna see what data, if you have data, which most likely you're gonna have data because I'm not gonna sign you if you don't have anything going on, right? So most likely you're gonna have some type of like footprint, and we're gonna see, okay, if the data states that your fan base is from the ages of 24 all the way up to 44, then that's who we're targeting, right? And then we're gonna take that, and then we're gonna target on a broad scan everywhere else, see where these people are in their locations. So we'll see how the US, we can mirror that. If it's working in the US, great. You may even pick up like a younger crowd, you know, you may even pick up the 13-year-olds, you know, the 18-year-olds. And then from there, if that's showing some love right there, then we'll go into that and then we'll target them. But it all depends. There's not one answer for that, because you can easily have, I don't know, let's say Republic Records, right? A lot of people won't consider Republic Records as an urban label per se. It's because they have a whole bunch of artists. They have everywhere from Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, Drake, Pop Smoke, you know, you name your pick, Taylor Swift, you know, they're not going to hit the same people. Def Jam, it's obvious, it's more urban. Atlantic is more urban, right? When it comes to certain things. And Def Jam will just be your fully urban act, but you still got Justin Bieber there. So everybody is not the same, and everybody will be treated differently, and they should be treated differently.
All right. Thank you very much for answering all the questions. One more question. Anyone else have any question? I don't want to miss anyone. No more questions? Cool. All right, great. No more questions. So I'm about to go into the music review. Shout out to everybody that submitted their songs. So what's going to happen is, right, I'm about to play them the songs. He's going to give a feedback. We don't have that much time, so we're going to try to crunch everything together. So the winner, the song that the artist that you like the most, will get a 20-minute one-on-one consultation with him, and also get a one song distribution with me. And I'm also going to put you on the billboard at Young and Dundas. So that's the deal for everything. So shout out to everybody that submitted their songs. I appreciate you guys. So I'm about to start with the first song for Iron Love. Who's Iron Love? Oh, the Iron Love right here. Shout out to Iron Love. I'm about to play a song called 100G. So let me know if you guys can hear it. So I'm about to play it, all right?
All right, go ahead. That was dope.
Yo, I can't believe this guy's voice is really like that in real life.
Your voice definitely adds like a vibe to it, like a different, like ghostly sound. But I also like towards the end, with the wordplay he was on, you know, the double time. That's pretty dope.
I appreciate you recognizing that.
Sure. Thank you.
Dope.
I'm a writer first. Yeah.
I can tell.
Thank you.
No problem.
Dope. I'm about to play the next song by Star No Shine.
Star No Shine.
Is Star No Shine here? I'm not sure if they're here. Shit, they're not here. Star No Shine. If you're here, say something in the chat, because I want to play everybody that's here. Star No Shine, are you here? Okay. Somebody else is here. I'm gonna play that song. As long as you in here, I'm gonna play your song. You feel me?
Yeah, save time.
All right, let's go.
Who's this one?
It's Star No Shine. The name is right now is Christian Keith. That's the one that's in the chat right now. They're available. They're here.
So this song is called?
The song is called One Time.
One Time, and then it's Christian Keith is the artist.
The artist is Star No Shine. Christian Keith is the producer.
Ah, okay, got it. And what's the title again? One more time. Sorry, I'm just writing everything now.
One Time.
One Time. All right, let's get it.
The previous guy was 100G.
Yep, I got him.
You got him? I say less.
Yep.
Yeah. One time with it, hit it from the back. One time with it, make a bit fall in love. One time with it, wanna hang with a star, no shine in it. No trust, so I gotta move slime with it. On the low, niggas gotta move slide with it. Section bad bitches, all of my niggas. XO ting, wanna ride with us. After midnight, everyone pop out. Don't hold back, babe, let it all out. Touchdown, going back to the spot now. You can go 3 rounds till I knock out. Too fast, hold up, let me slow down. No shame, now she gotta do the walk now. One time, one night, then we fall out. Fall up, pull up, then we fall out. Yeah. Yeah, don't get no patience approach it. She see me starting to notice. Her nigga been sitting beside her, keeping my enemies closest. Liquor could fill up an ocean. Certain shit down with commotion. She tryna give me emotion. Back to the crib for the motive. You know it's finna go down. Too many sounds, this shit was surround. We lost a tank of the next nigga found. Told on the bed, then we young on the ground. Don't give a fuck what that nigga been bout. When I act up, we get put on the ground. She over there tryna figure me out. I'm tryna figure I'm out. One time with it, hit it from the back. One time with it, make a bitch fall in love. One time with it, wanna hang with a star, no shine in it, no trust, so I gotta move slime with it. On the low, niggas gotta move slide with it. Section bad bitches, all of my niggas. SXO ting wanna ride with us. After midnight, everyone pop out. Don't hold back, they let it all out. Touchdown, going back to the spot now. You can go 3 rounds till I knock out. Too fast, hold up, need to slow down. No shame, now she gotta do the walk now. One time, one night, then we fall out. Fall up, pull up, then we ball out. Yeah. One time with it.
Fire.
Fire. Yo, shout out to the producer. He's in here right now.
Yeah, that whole thing was dope. The artist is dope. The production is fire. Like that shit was hitting for sure. Like that's something I could definitely see in like on some viral shit. Like if it was a video, the video is dope. Yeah, it could take off. You know, yeah, that's dope. That's some shit I could hear on the radio, constantly playing all summer because they keep we kind of it reminds me of like Travis Scott in a way. You know,
it does.
Appreciate it. Definitely thought of Travis Scott when I made that.
Oh, you're the producer.
Yeah, I'm the producer.
Okay, dope.
That was fire. That's dope. That's what I told you. You gotta get a lot of those records on the billboards to get that production deal.
For sure. Yeah, mix and mastered it too and everything.
Fire.
Wow. Okay, dope. All right, great. You got that down, right?
Oh, I got them down.
All right, great. So next song I'm about to play is called a dial up. Is Giza? Are you here? If you here, put like message in the chat. Yo, Giza's not here. Giza's not here. If you're not here, man, we can't play the record. Oh, okay, he's here. He said, "Yo." All right, I'm about to play your song then. All right, he's here.
All right, what's the name of the track? Giza, and what's the name of the track?
The name of the track is called Dial Up. Dial Up Words.
All right, let's get it.
You spent days in your room to look perfect on the surface. Dial up words, but they're not in service. The mask is on them like a Catholic service. I can make a difference that make rappers feel nervous. Dial up words, but they're not in service. I'm going hard and I ain't playing like Sega Genesis. Ross, Serena Williams, and you're a Jazz Venus. Debating is futile, don't believe me. Keep this past coming. Commence the popping. Copy that, fatality, then flee. See, I'm second to none, cause I've been counting all this green. My raps are the best from Vancouver to Toronto. Forever, I ain't run yet, and I never will. I'm too ratchet, too rancid. Charles Manson, tatted on my face. Told her that I love her, she think we a couple. This ain't GTA. Drop the books, took a creative deal. But I'm giving it foundation when I write my lyrics. Smoke dope out the womb, my thoughts linger. There she go, just what the doc's been looking for. That hot ham, you not damn. Deep state, drunk white girls, the only way I'll get my game on. I'ma try to rhyme and get through. I'm documenting the truth. Somebody call the butcher, going ham in the booth. Police sign your mama phone, talking about your baby gone. I eat steak, filet mignon. Enough said.
All right, so that was Giza.
Okay, appreciate it, Giza. Let me just say one thing, Giza. When you're doing that, if you're gonna be like experimental, make sure like the engineering is up to par, because I mean, you could have been saying some shit in there, but it's kind of hard going in with the sound effects and whatnot. So if you're gonna do something like that, you're gonna present that. Make sure I'm always about quality. make sure the quality is there. So make sure you're dialing with your engineer and production. I would have pulled back some of the stuff so I could hear your voice better, and I would have added a little bit more sparkle to it.
Okay, great feedback. All right, next song is by Jordan Florent, and the name of the song is called "Fade Away." So I'm about to play that real quick.
Jordan, what's the last name, sir? Jordan what?
Jordan Florent, Fluent.
All right, and the name of the song?
It's "Fade Away."
Fade Away. All right, let's get it.
Damn, Dream, you made this beat. See, I come from street life, where you lose your innocence by them street lights. My father wasn't shit, my mom was working all night. See, I had pain, couldn't even get my mind right, my mind right. But I came a long way, I won't let nobody try to come and take away my life. If you cross the line, then you might have to fade away. I don't wanna have to make you fade away, fade away. I ain't do no wrong to anybody innocent. I put that on game. If you got hurt, you deserve that shit. They talking real, but in front of them I still punch this shit. Could never be me, not even if I wasn't equipped. Said that's on gang. Politic and we could bang. My niggas be all on the same thing. Danny did this shit isn't a game. You make it out to go insane. You spend my life, this shit ain't a phase. Bigger than me, I got big brain. Tryna get all of my people paid. For way too long, I was feeling like I was here before. Struggling, I've been fighting, feel I can't take no more. You get some cards and they swear that you was they thought before. What about when I was stressing, trying to push up from street life, where you lose your innocence by them street lights. My father wasn't shit, my mom was working all night. See, I had pain, couldn't even get my mind right, my mind right. But I came a long way, I won't let nobody try to come and take away my life. If you cross the line, then you might have to fade away. I don't wanna have to make you fade away, fade away.
That's dope. I like it. This is what I would say in regards to like with the mixing, right? If you're an artist and you're mixing and mastering and stuff, I would say give somebody else get somebody else's ears on it, especially with the mixing. Not say you can't do it, but it's very hard to do both, unless you're in the production space and you have that type of experience of mixing and mastering. Because the track is dope. But there were things that I would do to expand on it, in regards to the mixing. Like I'll pull down on the effects, right? Because I want to hear the pain. Like the pain is there, but the pain is tucked away. That's something like mixing can fix. So you could either kill your track easily, by like going back again, the quality. So if you're mixing and mastering, I get it, right? Because budget thing, like I understand that. So you get out there until you're able to get to that next level. But I think it's a dope track overall. You should definitely get an engineer and have them mix it and then see how that song comes out after. But I fucks with it.
Actually got someone from the US named Devin Child.
Say that again?
I got someone from the US, I believe it's from New Orleans. I think that's the name of it. Years and mix and masters and stuff like that. He got some placement with like Neek Bucks and he opened up for Ace Hood and people like there's a bunch of stuff like that.
He mixed this track or you mixed this?
No, I mixed this one, but like I kind of look at him as a mentor. Once I'm actually able to go down there and I get in with him because he wants to get me down there and so we can work on an album or something like that. And then I'm trying to learn like whatever I can, with mixing and mastering because I'm just trying to learn.
The mixing and mastering game, like it's a marathon. That's not something you'll pick up in a month or two, You can definitely pick up the technical side of stuff for sure, the science, if you understand the science, but then everything else is just regards to the ears. That's definitely gonna take some time. Like I said, the stuff is there. I see it, I hear it. But you can definitely come out like that song could come out so much cleaner because it can hit you with you can hit the lane of the NBA young boys, you know, who rap about pain, who sing rap, you know, like you can hit those for sure.
That's mine.
You know,
sounds good. We up for time, so let's play the next song right now. Shout out to Jordan for that record. That record sounds real dope. So the next song we about to play is by Professor Ripface. The name of the song is called Money Right. You got that?
Yeah, Professor and Money Right.
Yeah, Professor Money Right. All right. So I'm playing it right now, okay?
Let's go.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I got sticks like porcupines. Got bricks, shack on the lines. Young nigga, don't waste my time. Better make sure my money right. My money right. My money right. Better make sure my money right. My money right. My money right. Better make sure my money right. Better have my money right. Ain't no probably, dog. Better have my shit on time. Know your family, dog. Pictures of your kids and wives. So playing with my money, dog, like playing with your life. Booked him at the border, trying to book a flight. You can get it now or later, I make you decide. Watch his soul leave his body up about it, it goes. I don't really even have to talk about it, they know. I got sticks like porcupines. Got bricks, shack on the lines. Young nigga, don't waste my time. Better make sure my money right. My money right. My money right. Better make sure my money right. My money right. My money right. Better make sure my money right. Sticks like porcupines. Listen, nigga, I want all of mine. Every penny, every nickel, every dime. Listen, nigga, you can run, but you can't hide. I won't stop until I'm fully satisfied. If I'm looking for you, know there's interest on the price. Keep misbelieving
And I'ma treat him like 11 and 6. Just don't kill him, bring him back. I need his head on. Only serving 13 cause he put out a miss. Got money on it.
Fucking with my money, you are insane. Put a hole on his head like Stephen A. I got sticks like porcupines. Got bricks, shack on the line. Young nigga, don't waste my time. Better make sure my money right.
My money right.
Better make sure my money right. My money right. My money right. Better make sure my money right.
That was fire. That was a banger. It was dope. Good shit.
You rocking with that?
Yeah, that shit was fire. Good shit.
Alright.
Top left.
Yeah.
Respect.
Okay, so that was Professor Money Right. So you got that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so next song I'm about to play is from Starks Money Times featuring Money Mac, Road Rage. Any of you guys? Yeah, Starks here, Starks, Money Mac. Anybody here? I'm not sure if these guys are here. If you're here, message on the chat. Okay, they're here. All right, so I'm about to play the song right now.
What's the name of the song?
The name of the song is called Road Rage. All right.
Let's go.
I got road rage, speeding and I'm swerving on a bitch. I can't even trust, I know she just want my benefit. Niggas going fit, I thought you was gangster, why you snitch? I been on my grind, I was down to shine like the sun. And I feel like money's standing when I put a hole and watch you want my stick, she want my son. Everything my fault, I ain't telling no one, I ain't telling no one. I got bands on me just like a casino. She's a good girl, turn her to a freak, oh. Bitch, put down your pride, put down your ego. I don't trust these bitches cause they do the most. Fuck all the people that bet on me. I'ma reach heights that you won't believe. If she heard a little, but I can take the pain. And I brought my work to get me in my zone. Tell them niggas come outside, we outside your home. Some niggas off cause we ain't get along. We was broke, we was eating off the same plate. I lost myself on the ground and found another way. New Glock, bullet hot, got your name on it. She said it's mine and she about to stamp my name on it. New Glock, bullet hot, got your name on it. She said it's mine and she about to stamp my name on it. I got road rage, speeding and I'm swerving on a bitch. I can't even trust, I know she just want my benefits. Niggas going fed, I thought you was gangster, why you snitch? I been on my grind, I was down to shine like the sun. And I feel like money standing when I put a hole and watch you on my stitch, you on my son. Everything my fault, I ain't telling no one, I ain't telling no one. Everything my fault, she tryna put the blame on me. She mad I came up, then she changed on me. I don't got time for no hoe. I gotta chase that money long nights on the road. Gotta get the bread, I can't bluff, I can't fold. Double up the dough with a pot in the zone. Been here so long, now the trap feels like home. $1 million line moving on off this phone. I got road rage, speeding and I'm swerving on a bitch. I can't even trust, I know she just want my benefit. Niggas going fed, I thought you was gangster, why you snitch? I been on my grind, I was down to shine like the sun. And I feel like money standing when I put a hole and watch you on my stitch, you on my son. Everything my fault, I ain't telling no one, I ain't telling no one. I don't got time for no hoe. I gotta get that money long nights on the road. Gotta get the bread, I can't bluff, I can't fold. Double up the dough with a pot in the zone.
That was fire. I like that. Definitely, they say in the comments the switches are definitely clean for sure. I like it. Give me vibes and everything. I already have like some type of video in my head. I got a visual. I like songs like that because me, like when I used to write, and that's all right every now and then. But when I do that, I like to visualize what the video is going to be like with the song. I like to paint picture with words, you know. So that the vibes and everything gave me this like kind of futuristic look, like cars going, but yeah, it's like neon lights. That's kind of like a paintbrush. It's like going right past you and everything, and then just like, you know, on some like Need for Speed shit. So it's pretty dope.
Okay, dope. We got 3 more songs. Okay, this is about 2-3 minutes.
Go ahead, Midnight Mafia. Yeah, y'all could take that concept. Y'all could take it for free.
Too late for last minute track submissions. Yeah, I could. Yeah, we got some more. If we have some more time, I'll take a last minute track submission. I'll put my email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. So if we have some more time, because we only have till 9 p.m. right? So put my email right now. Hold on.
Midnight Mafia, you might need some visual effects guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, dope. So I'm about to play the next song right now by, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. It's By Me, Byeme. I'm not sure if you hear say something in the chat. Oh, Michael Hamilton. All right, great. So I'm about to unmute you, give you the spotlight.
What's the name of the song?
The name of the song is called How, HOW.
Cool.
All right. There you go.
Frost, you the boss, you dig? How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a friend. How can I trust again? Put my trust in the blink and I pray it don't jam. How can I trust again? How can I trust again? How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a friend. How can I trust again? Put my trust in the blink and I pray it don't jam. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a woman. How can I trust again? Yeah, I cannot trust again. Yeah, I put my trust in the trigger, been doing my thing, I'm killing these shits. Make love to my fingers, they look at them kissing it. They kissing and gripping it. You niggas is not really in it. You niggas in love with the internet. You on live talking shit, how you getting it? Hit a zero mistake and I'm ending it. Used to serve packs to the fiends. You don't wanna see me in this beef, no way. It's by me, Bree. Tell me why all of you hating on me. Bad bitch, you wet like the sea. She came at you, but she leaving with me. And if you want pull up, then pull up. I'm keeping it on me if you wanna say, hey, how can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a friend. How can I trust again? Put my trust in the blink and I pray it don't jam. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a woman. How can I trust again? Yeah, I cannot trust again. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a friend. How can I trust again? Put my trust in the blink blick and I pray it don't jam. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a woman. How can I trust again? Yeah, I cannot trust again. Yeah, taking this life. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? What they want me to do? They want me to sit down, act like everything's cool. Yeah, but it's not cool, it's not cool. You're not true, you lie now. I'ma pull up at the hideout. Why you thinking you can hide now? Thought you told me you would ride out. 40, I'ma make you lie down. Now he's somewhere in the sky now. Why you make your mama cry now? Family saying make goodbyes now. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a friend. How can I trust again? Put my trust in the blick and I pray it don't jam. How can I trust again? Can't believe that I put my trust in a woman. How can I trust again? Yeah, I cannot trust again. Yeah.
Fire. Question: there's one artist or two artists on this track?
All right, let me unmute this guy. There you go.
That's just me. That's just me on there.
That's crazy. That's
just
crazy.
me on there the whole time.
Your voice that's crazy because I'm not expecting that voice. Like when I started hearing the deeper sides, okay, that's his voice right there. When he was like doing the little talking, but that's wild. That's wild. That's fire.
The joke is I threw that little deep one in there after just like to try and show niggas like, yo, I don't rap only one way all the time, right? So it's like I'm trying to find ways to put that in one song because these days people be blowing off of one hit. So I'm trying to put the best of the best each one of them, you know what I mean? Like instead of I used to just do like a one mood this way and then like a trap this mood this way, but I'm trying to find ways to like do both, you know what I'm saying? Same time.
Well, shit, because you got me. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that don't sound like his
That's
voice.
what I know though. Niggas will be like, oh shit, that must be another nigga on there, but it's like, no.
Well, shit, that was good. I don't even got anything to say other than that shit was fire.
Respect, man. Respect.
Dope. We got two more songs to play. Next song I'm about to play is by Midnight featuring A.R. Paisley. The name of the song is called Difference.
Okay.
Difference, yeah, all right.
Oh, we talking about it? Go ahead, tell me something. What's the difference between me and the shit that you bumping? Difference is I made something from nothing. That's end the discussion. The beat is bumping and my heart is still pumping. I got checks in my desk, I ain't even open. I got Henny on my breath, I ain't even woke yet. I ain't never take a rest, passing every test. Who do with the best? Motherfucker, take a guess. I'm walking around with nothing to lose. You walking around with nothing to prove. The proof's in the pudding. You are what you put in. I do what you wouldn't. Mess with me, now you shouldn't. I got my foot in the door, so ain't no stopping me now. I see the bigger picture, but I'm cropping you out. And once I go in, then it's hard to get out. They were counting me out like Tom Brady. But then I touch down, yeah, we on, baby. And we popping these bottles like the rain or tomorrow. Difference is we celebrating, you just drowning your sorrows. Difference is I'm making moves, you just making dinero. Drip down in gold, man, I feel like a pharaoh. Godfather, good fella, feel like De Niro. Goddamn, ripping in the Lincoln, sipping on goose. My pinky ring worth a Cadillac coupe. You'll get him paid.
I got this. Blurry vision, dirty money coming in. They didn't want to see me win, so I had to go again. Gave some bands out to the friends. Had to sink or swim. Got me praying for my dreams. God forgive me for my sins. They've been talking on my name. Fuck, I didn't know, but that's my family, and they didn't want to see me blow. And now I'm on the road, and now I'm doing shows. They've been smiling in my face, but they hating on the low. Got me running from my problems. My other homie, he robbing. I ain't worried about the money you're making because I got it. Tell the truth, I'm being honest. Sick of being modest. Hit the club and buy the bottles. Like, fuck it, let's get it started. I done took some risks, I want a ball. Yeah, flooded down my wrist, I want it all. Yeah, down up on my own, who can I call? Yeah, the opposition praying that I fall. It's crazy.
Dope.
It's crazy.
Yeah, gave like a nostalgic like rap, you know, like late 90s and everything. So that the art is still there, the art form is still there. So that's fire. That's dope. Appreciate it.
Midnight, you got nothing to say?
Much love, man. Much love. Yeah, I muted myself by accident there, but yeah. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, that's what I was going for, like a late 90s vibe. You know?
Nah, you definitely hit it.
Straight lyrics, that's it.
Okay,
That's why I like it.
All right, dope. So, last song we got is by Malachi. Malachi. The name of the song is called El Chapo.
Okay. El Chapo.
That's this guy right here. El Chapo. There you go.
You snapped on that. That was fire. That was different. I like it. I like the energy he was giving. Like I felt like I was in a show. Seeing like I don't know why. I just felt like I was visualizing a show, fireworks, some next shit. I don't know what the hell was going on in my head, but that was fire. I like it.
All right, dope. I got one. I got one last submission. Okay, let me see how many people said submission. Okay. I'm gonna play these two last submissions, and that's about it. Sorry, guys. You know I've been promoting this. You guys should have tapped in. I can't take no more submissions. But all right, so let me take one more. All right, let me move the spotlight. Put this back there. I'm about to play two more songs. One song right now is from Nicholas Charles. So I'll play that right now.
Okay, Nicholas Charles. This is the 10th song. Nicholas.
This is the 11th song. This is last minute submissions that I'm taking right now. So I'm playing that.
I don't got 11. I got 10. This is gonna be the 10th one.
Oh, the 10th one. All right, cool. So I'm playing Nicholas Charles, Pray to God. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Things you could do is speak publicly on a situation, a negative situation with somebody before you speak with that person. I guess we skipped the conversation. I'm done with fakeness. I had to push that energy. It wasn't progressive. What you even thinking 4 years? No impression. Using issues that passed to feel self-respected. Boy, you looking desperate. Bitches ain't shit. We both said it. So why you tripping on something that wasn't even stressing? She probably forgot us then. She made a bad impression. Sleeping with homies in and out like a bad connection. So there I fucking said it. That bitch was fucking deaded. I slept that DuPont alone. You was always dipping. I cleaned that scum off the walls. That nasty bitch you thrusted. Said I feel lost with it all. You wasn't even stressing. I think one of the worst things you can do is speak publicly on a situation, a negative situation with somebody before you speak with that person. I slept up front of that pad, I couldn't even get in. Fly shit on my clothes, we barely even eating. Everything that we sip and smoke came out my pocket. All smiles, but when I leave, you pussies get to talking. It's dead. An issue means a threatening with none of you do. I feel it. I feel like I'm outgrowing all the issues they reliving. I wasn't no average Joe. I knew that since a kid. These rookies want me to die. We feel the same wish. I wake up every day sipping liquor until it hurts. Escaping all the thoughts I hate, but it just made it worse. I pray to God. I pray to God. Had a woman break my heart, but that pain had made me better. Swear I love her till I die, and I hope her life gets better. Pray to God. I pray to God. 2019 made a demon, 2020 made a man. All this time I spent alone, more focus on the dream. I pray to God. I pray to God. I don't even think about depression, not a vision, cause I'm clean. I don't even stress the money, it just keeps on coming in. Pray to God. I pray to God.
All right, that was Nicholas Charles.
Appreciate that, Nicholas. But I would say is same thing going back to the quality and stuff like this. Make sure the mixing and everything is balanced because you had that whatever that was in the background that was like repeating and everything. Probably could have tucked that in a little bit, but just keep working on the flow and everything, and appreciate it.
Okay, so last song for the night. I appreciate you guys for submitting your songs. You know what I mean. So I can't play everybody's songs. So last song for the night from NSG6 called "Can't Help It."
Gucci on my way. Maybe a best sense of it. I feel like I'm to
Every time I feel it down, it's like I get a message. It's like God's like that. Somehow I'm always looking up and I forget it's my affairs. I can't help it, not being selfish. Just feel selfish. Put you on my left, my side of left.
It's tearing up right now.
I'm fucking like a dentist. I can't help it, not you when you're telling you. Just feel selfish. Put you on my left, my diamonds are diamonds. So put you when I'm standing. I'm fucking like a dentist. Like a living on my child. I got a couple of shorties that call on my eyes. Cause I know where I'm a person, but I'm never the best. So I guess I'm on features. I'm on so much of this thing and I'm trying to stop the best. I don't know, I just wanna fucking track it. Y'all shit take brings that to a 5 days like this. And it makes people like this. So big thing, cause I'm a dog. Every time it comes around, I don't wanna let it. But someone's always looking out, so I don't lose myself. I can't help it, like you ain't attacking. Just be selfish. Put you on my lap, just my diamonds, the glasses. So put you ain't attacking. I'm fucking like a dentist, cause it living on my chest, on my chest. Every time it comes around, I don't wanna let it. Somehow I'm always looking up, that's my greatest weapon. I can't help it, like you ain't attacking. Just be selfish. Put you on my lap, my diamonds, the glasses. So put you ain't attacking. I'm fucking like a dentist, cause it living on my chest.
Hey,
That was dope. I hope you have a video for it, and if not, I hope you make one for it. That's fire. Like they were saying in the comments, man. That's a summer vibe for sure.
I was actually gonna shoot a video for this weekend because somehow I got a promotion to go on World Star's Instagram page, so I'm gonna see if I can make it, get some traction with that.
Yeah,
so, throw some colors in there for sure.
For sure. I was jumping.
That's
respect
dope.
Everybody in the comments. Respect. Thank you for listening.
So make sure you guys follow each other. Drop y'all Instagram. Like, network with each other. The producers, artists. That's the only way you guys are gonna make it once you network and keep building. You know what I mean?
Facts. Network is key. Like I'm dropping my Instagram right here too. King Lyte, KingLyte. It's fire. Like Canada, y'all came out. Y'all showed up for sure.
Yeah.
Will, he can tell you. Like I keep 1,000. I'm like, this showcase was all right. Like I let them know, and showcases be coming. Y'all did y'all things. Y'all represented 1,000%. That shit was crazy. Like, I mean, if y'all could do me a favor, just send y'all Instagrams and shit like that, and then I'll try to follow everybody, or just follow me and then send me a DM so I know where you guys are from and put y'all track titles. That way I know what it is. But the shit is dope.
Facts, like moment of truth, you know what I mean? Let me know which song you like, which artist you
all right. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this shit was difficult. I was like, damn, like I can't, because I was starring everything.
You gotta play the drums right quick.
Gotta play the drums right now. And just to put out there even more too, not for nothing, like I said, that's why I want everybody to email y'all IGs and everything. So I make sure I follow everybody, or just follow me and then I follow back. because I'm gonna keep in tune. One thing with me is like, you know, don't take away anything from this is negative if you don't get picked, because I'm gonna pick one winner anyway. So don't take anything the wrong way. Look at it as an opportunity. Like, okay, cool. Now I'm watching you guys, right? So what y'all do after tonight, after this shit ends, what y'all do, and I gave y'all gems and what y'all could do, right? It's gonna dictate, you know, if I keep following you guys in the sense of like, let's see what's the music. Because I'm the type of person like I'll go back. I'm like, oh, let me see what he's doing today. Like, what he got going on? You know, 2 months later, I could just, I don't know, wake up and just say like whatever, a picture will come up or a sound could capture my ear, you know, and knowing if you put up a video and I could just go and watch it and then I could just go and do my research, you know, see like, okay, from our last conversation, what did y'all guys do to elevate it to come to the next step, you know, because not for nothing, anything can happen, you know, anything can happen from the meetings, you know, I can just say, hey, I may pick one winner today and then still, you know, hey, Will, you know, and next on the side, be like, yo, this shit was fire too. You know, I can't do anything with it, but this guy may be able to, you know, you never know what can happen. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with By Me. How? That track?
Yeah.
Is it By Me? BYEME?
That's what you picking. That's the winner.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the song right here. So you picking this song.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is the song. Hey, buy me, what up, man? Let me unmute you. Congratulations. You know, you won.
Yeah, man.
Good shit.
Respect, fam. Respect. Big up. Much appreciated. You know, you did for real. You dropped the gems on them. And I got this project ready to go almost. Like, I don't know. I want to make sure I do this shit proper. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you picking me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's mad love. You know what I'm saying?
So thank you for participating, because the shit is fire. Like I said, I'm gonna still be watching everybody too. You know?
Yeah. Facts. Canadians are skeptical, you know. So shout out to all the guys that took advantage of this. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to show people, like, you gotta put yourself out there. Nobody gonna save you, my nigga. Like, you gotta Zoom shit. You gotta tap in with. I never met him. This is my first time meeting him the same way.
It's real shit.
So it's like the same way. Like, you know,
same way to you though, because nothing like this was really going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when man first started making music, fam, like this shit, you didn't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you gotta find out where you gotta go, then how you reach them, how you gonna do this, that. Like, really to connect though, because like, yo,
we gotta connect the plug, man. We gotta make it like, we gotta connect the dots. You feel me?
Sure.
You feel it.
Yo, shout to my guy Will. Shout to the plug, Will.
Yeah, Will. You know,
that's my plug.
I guess staying kind of like stay, keep pushing. You know, make sure, like I'm telling you, the advertising is a big thing. You know, actually, I'm gonna do y'all another favor, solid real quick. Hold on.
Yo, drop whatever gems website you have.
I'm gonna drop some sites for you guys.
Yo, put them. Yo, I'm about to take some notes myself.
Screenshot everything.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, because even so, like outside of everything else, you know, hit up Next, you know, hit up Will, whatever. Because outside of that, like I do marketing for people, you know, because I'm really in the know. Like I do this for my own artists, you know, with my own money, you know. And I'm telling you, like, you know, shit can really move. So hold on. So the first one I'm gonna drop on you guys is
take some notes, guys. Take some notes.
Put in the chat. It's gonna
record
be
label insights right there. You guys not getting this shit nowhere. Trust me.
Now, if you are, I'm pretty sure you paid a pretty penny for it. That's the Google one right there. You go in there, and you know what? I want to do something else. Hold on. Something for you guys. So
gotta give us some exclusive.
Sign into one of my shits, and I'm gonna show you how I get it right. Hold on. Will is like, yo.
Yeah, we got 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? Till we rock out.
Yeah, let's use these 10 minutes and bless everybody with some gems and shit.
So Michael, make sure you hit me up, send me a DM right now so we could tap in. I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna set you up with a one-on-one meeting with King Lyte. You feel me? Whatever, you know, do a consultation with him. And you also win a Billboard ad at Young and Done That. So we're gonna set that up for the single. We're gonna put, you know what I mean? Put some crazy marketing and promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Respect. And everyone else that's in here as well. send me a DM. I'm gonna give you guys some free promotion on the page and show you guys some love as well. You know what I mean? So tap in. I'm gonna keep trying to do these things right there. Yo, them shit ain't cheap, but we gotta keep moving. We gotta keep working. You know what I mean? Connect the dots.
You're next. Do me a favor. Disable the screen sharing. I want to share my screen.
How do you do that? Okay, share screen.
Connect. Click on my name.
I'll click on your name. All right, click on your name.
It sure says like allow sharing, I believe.
It says allow to record. It doesn't give you the option to share the screen.
Hold on, let me see something.
I think I got it. I think I'm able to do that.
Got it? There you go. Okay.
You good, right? All right.
Yeah, let's see. This is showing is crazy right now. Hold on.
You good?
Yes, I got mad tabs open up real quick. It's weird it's not showing the actual picture, which it usually does. So let me exit and do this again. Share screen. Okay, let's see. This is it. Ah, that's why. This is
Got it?
Hold on. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Zoom is being mad extra right now.
Yo, shout out to all you guys for tapping in as well. I really appreciate it, man. For real, for real. We're trying to connect with more A&Rs, bring more A&Rs to Canada. If you guys know any A&Rs in Canada as well, let them tap in with me, and we keep putting more events like this together. You know what I mean? We need more we need more opportunities for the city. Not that many opportunities for you guys could like showcase that shit to A&Rs. Y'all could hear the real shit. You know what I mean? So we need to kind of like keep doing these things, keep networking, keep connecting the dots with each other. So the more we do that, the more the music industry in the city gonna elevate. You know what I mean? That's facts.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm about to unmute everybody.
All right, perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, with this new Zoom update, you gotta do mad shit. All right.
I tap
Can I
in.
see that? Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Right. I see that going. So this is the Google campaigns that I was telling about with the YouTube views. So this is like a list of my clients. This is some stuff that's going on right now that's moving. I'll give you one. This is my artist I'm working right now, right? I can still see this page, correct?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you see that? 124,000 views, right? Going to analytics and some comments and everything. Going to analytics. I mean, we literally just dropped this, but you can see it's technically 124,000. So once you sign for your account, right? Do your watch hours. It tells you where everything's coming from externally, the average view, the percentage rate. You could do your reach. Shows you where it's coming from on YouTube, your impressions, view some impressions, the watch time, where your sources are coming from. Obviously, this is heavy on the advertising front. The links it's being used, where it's coming from. See rbsource.com, Facebook, Navia, link to different sources from the promotion of the traffic. Got Bad Bunny, obviously the original video, Charlie Proof, Halsey, the mixes, the YouTube playlist mixes that comes up. Tells you about engagement, tells you where to come from, your audience, countries of Mexico, India, Argentina, Indonesia, Colombia, age groups, where we hitting specifically. So that's like your back end where you see the subscribers, gain 20 subscribers. So just for this video, right, alone, right now, I show you the cost too. The cost for these amount of views, as of right now, spent is like $422.
Oh,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know somebody asking the question like, yo, how do you get that? Like, what the hell? That's how, right? So what we do is, when we go in here, you can either hit keywords if you want to, like certain keywords that maybe available, like the hip hop, or even certain terminology that may be available like in your area that's pretty, trend setting, popular. But what I like to do is, this is like, I love to go into the audience side of it, right? Here, I'm specifically hitting pop music fan base, rap and hip hop, music lovers, media entertainment. So I pause these real quick because specifically I want to hit these two profiles, pop music and rap. See how much it costs you? You see how much views it gave me? The pop music, 56,000.
Jeez.
Rap and hip hop, 28,000. Before I pause these two, music lovers, that's just for anybody who loves music, 17,000. Media entertainment, that's the industry as a whole, 14,000. I was like, all right, I wanted to find it a little bit, right? So the demographics, you can see 18 to 24, 25 to 34. You can see it. I exclude this group of people for now, because the target of the fan base is really from 18 to 54, because the music could sit with anybody. And then psychologically think about it. Who's the decision makers? Who's signing these checks? Who's doing these deals? A lot of these people, not for nothing, they're old heads. And when I say old head, I'm talking about more so like in the 58 range or whatever, or I'm mainly like OGs in the game. That's what I consider old heads, right? Like highly executives that they may be sitting there and their kids may be playing with their YouTube account. And this pops up because they signed to that account, So you got to think a little step further. You can, you see here, the unknowns, like people don't place their genders, obviously male, female. Right now, this is what we want. We want the females to be hitting. That's exactly what we want. Got 111,000 impressions, right? You could even get down to the parental status, parent or no parent, household income. There's even combinations like 18 ages, females that's from 18 to 24 with no parent, that's not a parent, we don't know the income. But look, boom, we got 9,000 views out of it. It tells you the cost that you can really get surgical with it. I suggest everybody to, once you hit that link, sign up, study it, understand it, give yourself 72 hours or however long you need. Like understand it, market it, understand the market, understand how to hit certain things, And not for nothing, if you don't know, you just don't want to do it. Hey, I always hit up next, and then he hit up Will and hit me up, and then we can get it popping, and then we can do marketing campaigns. But look, even the placements. I'm talking about from pop music in France. They showing me love right now. Pop music in Germany, showing me love. R&B, right? In the US, showing me love. Like, these are places that I'm hitting. Justin Bieber, like on his, you could target even the damn freaking artists of videos, their fan base. I'll even give you even more crazy. They even tell you where it shows. Look, wave music, right? Whoever that is, Bad Bunny. Like, let me do by top of the views. Hold on. Here we go. Bad Bunny, 2,000 views. The Weeknd. So if you're on a weekend and you was on his shit like that, his Vivo, you're gonna see my ad. You're gonna see my artist ad pop up. Romeo Santos, You know, Selena Gomez, Black Eyed Peas, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Maroon 5, Justin Bieber, Azuna, hitting them all. You know, you can even do it by locations as well, like if you want to exclude anything. So that was just like a quick insight so you guys can see, like, you guys get busy with it. You know, look, United States 227, they didn't really care too much about hitting them right yet, because my part is what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit everywhere else, then I'm going to wrap it around and bring it back home, and I'm going to slam this shit out of the U.S., you know? So you Canada 43, like, this is broad. Ukraine showing love, Russia, India, Malaysia, oh, what's this? Who's this? Indonesia, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico. That's insight, man. That's like a little quick insight. Nobody's really giving those up, so I was like, let me just drop that gem for everybody.
Love,
so now go in.
That's love.
You know.
That's love, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Real. Any of you guys got one more question do you want to ask before I let him go? Any questions you guys want to ask? Last minute questions. Man, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. You feel me? Thank you very much for sending your questions, sending your music. Shout out to my guy Will. You know what I mean? And also by me, Michael. You hit me up. Okay, oh my bad. Will say you got a question. Hold on, let me unmute them. Will, what's up? You got a question?
Oh, nah. I was just saying, you know, good looking.
Hey, Sunshine. Well, who's Sunshine?
No, Sunshine, you got a questions? She said, what are parts or at least major of a budget of a track, marketing, production, music production? I'm not sure. You get the question?
Get on the mic so you can speak it.
Let me unmute you. Ask your question. Last question. Before we ask your question.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. We hear you. Ask your question.
So what are parts of, like, when you're making a track, what are parts of the budget that go into the track? So one is obviously marketing and advertising. What are some other parts?
Okay, so we split. So what I was saying earlier, right? It splits in two, right? There's like the marketing side of it, and there's the production side of it, right? Of putting together the project. So on the recording budget, what that will entail is your producers, your engineers, your studio, union, right? You have to pay union fees depending where you're based, right? Mainly US, that's where it applies to the most. Side artists, if you have features, you know, mixing, mastering, right? Travel, if needed. That's all part of the recording process, the recording budget. On the marketing side, marketing is you break that apart, but basically you'll put advertising part of that. Any experiential stuff, such as, like, I don't know, let's just say you want to do a Q&A, right? And you want to do that in a venue setup. So how much, whatever that venue costs, like, they'll put a budget to that. You know, how much it takes to even get like a crew out there to do a Q&A, to do a little show. You have your press. So usually the marketing team, they'll put together that budget. They'll get all the departments together. But marketing is very broad aspect of everything. You're going to be heavy on the digital side of it, with the advertising. And then anything else, this is like, okay, what experience that you could put together yourself. You may want to do something with, I don't know, you may have a song called Ice Cream Pops. And you may want to go to a ice cream person, right? And make customized ice cream pops and give it out in the street. There's a budget for that. So it all depends on what that means, you know? But yeah, typically the marketing team, they'll get one for the press, the radio, and any like travels, that's part of that. And pretty much any experience that you want to put together.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much for answering that question. Shout out to everybody for tuning in to the first showcase, A&R showcase. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my plug, Real. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mario Lyte for dropping all the gems. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you. And also, Michael Hamilton, we're going to talk. We're going to try to set up this meeting with you and Mario and everything. And also talk to me as well regarding the distribution. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. All right?
Good night, everybody.
All right, good night.